fish are on loose.
I am. How are you doing? Another day, another matcha. Hello, welcome back to another vlog. My name is Sarah. I'm a PhD student at IU. I actually started this vlog yesterday, but all the clips were just like bad, so we're starting over again today. I am currently on campus sitting in the parking lot by the library because my writing group is in about 30 minutes, and I wanted to leave myself enough time to get that matcha, to get a Jimmy John sandwich, and I had to mail a package at the post office, and you just never know how long the post office is gonna take. So I'm gonna eat a little car lunch and then head over to the library to get to work on my dissertation. So as you can tell from the title of this vlog, I am trying to become a morning girly and use my mornings more productively, because when I'm thinking about my time and where a lot of my time goes, it's a lot of like unintentional downtime, which leads me to feel really gross about myself. I'm all for rest and balance, and I feel like that's the brand I try and cultivate for like my YouTube channel, like a balanced grad school life. But when it's not like intentional downtime and I just wake up and I'm aimlessly, mindlessly scrolling on TikTok for an hour, that doesn't feel great. So I'm trying to set my alarm just a bit earlier, nothing crazy. I'm trying to wake up at either 7 or 7:15 every day this week and actually like hop out of bed and get to doing work, so I don't just like waste the first 2 hours of my mornings. So yesterday and today have successfully been morning girly, and I graded yesterday morning quite a bit. And then this morning I worked on lesson planning, a really important class for tomorrow. Really important in that we're just covering a lot of different stuff. But now that it's like 12:30, I'm starting to be like, okay, I could use a nap, which is why I got the matcha. And I have to go write for 3 hours straight. So I know that I just need to get adjusted to this schedule, and I need to like kick it into high gear, get a second wind. And I know it'll feel good tonight when I can like eat dinner, watch TV, and know that I got all my work done. Back home now, and I am feeling a nap coming on. I wish that I had a little more, or a lot more, writing to show for how long I sat there and how like much thought I put into it. But it's one of those days when writing was just really hard. I think I feel a lot of pressure because I have a deadline for my advisor on Monday, and I need to just know that like I give him what I give him and it'll be fine. I'm just like really stressed about it right now, and I feel like he thinks I'm lazy and he thinks I'm dumb, but I know he doesn't think either of those things, and I know it's just like classic imposter syndrome. It's just hard. I feel like my progress has been moving so slowly really all semester with the tests. So yeah, just gonna be gentle with myself and say something is better than nothing. And I think I'm gonna chill and watch a little vlog and try not to think about writing. A really good nap. Now it's time for a shower to wash off my makeup and clean this dirty hair. Are you playing with your carrot? Good morning, happy Tuesday. I am wearing a very casual teaching fit. I was on Pinterest yesterday and I was like, I need to find some outfits that I can just like recreate with the clothes I already have, and this one popped up. I can put a picture of it on the screen here, but Feels comfy. I'm gonna be on campus all day, so I don't know how I feel about this hanging down, but there's no belt loop until like back here. Anyway, I've done it before. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna do a little tuck situation. Oh, I could just remove the belt altogether. I think I like it. I think I need it to like elevate the outfit just a little bit. Belts are really hard, like truly, they're difficult. Okay, I'm gonna chat while I make some breakfast. I have less than 15 minutes, so just gonna make some quick scrambled eggs. But I just feel like my brain has been running a million miles a minute for the past 24 hours. Last night, I actually had a bit of a hard time falling asleep for the first time in honestly a while. Knock on wood, I've been falling asleep really easily lately. And it's just, I'm thinking about the dissertation and I'm having like really stressed out, crazy dreams, like actually insane dreams. And I'm just looking, we have a calendar where we write like different eras, and Megan added an era, which is really funny. Over the weekend, this is totally a side tangent. Over the weekend, we went to this like health food store, Bloomington Foods, and I saw like this canned matcha latte and I was like, ooh, cool, maybe this will be like a new way for me to get matcha. And I poured it into a cup and it was brown and I was like, what the heck? And I took a sip and I like was gagging. And then I was like, Megan, you have to try that. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And she's like, that's literally foul. And we looked at the can and it had functional mushrooms in it. So she added to the calendar, functional mushrooms made us want to die. But she put like D***E. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I just am like really thinking about a lot of different things with the discs, and I feel like I've felt this way since I decided to take on the topic of vlogging. So there's so many different angles I can go, and feeling like a lot of people on my committee just like don't get it. They don't watch vlogs, they don't know what vlogs are, so I have to do a lot of defense of like, here's why vlogs are actually analysis worthy. And actually smart rhetorical compositions. And honestly, I should just write about that. I should just write, here's why vlogs are smart. And just turn that into my advisor. And it's just really hard for me to just get like a bad first draft down. I'm feeling the need to just make it like sound good and to make it a little perfect. And that's hard. My advisor's been like very generous, and he says a done dissertation is a good dissertation, and he was like, I don't need good writing, I need writing that's just writing. It needs to be better than free writing, it needs to be usable, but it doesn't need to be good. Done writing is good writing. So I don't know why I'm putting so much pressure on myself, but it's been a little bit tough, I cannot lie. And I just like, I said something to him when we met yesterday and I was like, I don't even like know if I have a methodology. And he's like, what are you talking about? Yes, you do. And I wish I would have like written down what he said. Because he was like, your methodology is taking feminist ethnographic approaches, something. And I read an article for the seminar last week that defined what feminist methodologies are. And I need to just like pull from there and say I'm using Eileen Schell's definition of a feminist methodology. I just feel like every time I sit down to write, I'm hearing like, not even critics of like, your writing is bad, but like after every sentence being like, you didn't clearly define what this means, you didn't explain what this means, this is wrong, blah, 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 blah. And I need to keep in mind that like, people who read are like generous readers. They want me to graduate. They want me to finish the disc. And I don't need to spend 3 hours writing 2 paragraphs, which is what I did yesterday, which I didn't want to admit because that's literally so embarrassing. But writing is really hard and a dissertation is really hard. There's a reason why not a lot of people have PhDs. And I just like find myself being unable to stop thinking about it. And I like watching vlogs because I feel like that's a form of entertainment, and it's just like chilling out, helps me relax. And I was watching a Danielle Carolyn vlog this morning as I was getting ready, and my brain was just like going. And not in a good way where I was like, ooh, I want to sit down and write about this. Just in a way where I was like, should I talk about something other than what I'm talking about? Or should I add like a new, I don't know, topic? Or I need to keep in mind, like, I feel like every time I sit down to write, I remind myself like what my boundaries and what my limits are. Like, you are talking about vlogging because you want to use vlogging to teach writing with a rhetorical thinking perspective. And I truly remind myself every time I sit down to write, because I find myself wanting to go in these other directions. So I need to just stop doing that, and I need to keep in mind that the goal of my project is to help students become more rhetorically aware composers. And in doing so, they're using the body to inform their writing, and by using the body and reclaiming the body, uniting the mind-body split, blah, 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 all this stuff, that is a feminist project. And that is telling specifically girlies that the personal is academic, your body is a powerful tool, and I just need to write this. I am stressed to the max. Okay, it is 7:30 now. I am back from teaching, back from my seminar, and I came home and was like, I need to sit on the porch. The weather is so nice, and we workshopped some of our papers in the seminar, even though like I'm not actually taking the seminar, but I had to be a partner, so I was like, okay, sure, I get to show you the writing that I've been doing for my disc. And I just like had a lot of ideas, and I was like, I need to come home and I need to like write these ideas down before I forget. So I just did like a brain dump, and I feel a lot better having gotten those ideas out and also soaking up the sunshine. And Megan was an angel and did the grocery shopping for the week today and had basically all of dinner going. I helped her stuff some enchiladas and get them in the pan, and they are baking now. And I'm gonna take a shower and then eat some super yummy enchiladas and hopefully watch some trash TV. Let's see, what do I want today? You know what time it is. Oh! 10 o'clock exactly, and I'm in bed for the night. 3 days of waking up early, and I am a morning girly. Look at me go. I'm gonna read Harry Potter and then get up for physical therapy in the morning. Another day, another matcha. Time to vacuum up my car and get a car wash. Okay, eating a mint, put those groceries away, and now I'm going to change into a shirt because it's actually getting hot outside, which is crazy. And I'm gonna go to Goodwill to continue this procrastination train for writing. Okay, I got 3 books. Daisy Jones and the Six, which I've already read and watched a show, but I didn't have a hard copy and it was like $2, so why not? The Summer House, never read this, but I had over 4 stars on Goodreads, and it looks like a really cheesy summer romance. And then this book, The Sweetest Remedy, looks like a love story and also a coming-of-age novel that happens in Nigeria. And it was a book of the month book, and it hooked me in. This really cute woven or knit, crocheted, I'm not sure what it is called, chocolate brown purse with a long strap, only $1.99. This size large Indiana embroidered or like stitched in Hoosiers t-shirt, $1.99, that's crazy. And then this is just a plain green men's t-shirt, size large, but it had the tag still on, and it's like really soft, and that color is really cute. Okay, it is 2:25 now. Just finished responding to some emails from students, and I just don't know what to do right now. I am feeling a little too tired mentally to try and write right now. So I'm thinking of either reading something that might like inspire me and energize me to want to write. I also have to design the final assignment sheet for my students. It's 5% of their final grade is reflection assignment. So I need to ask like really strategic questions, but I'm hoping to draw upon an assignment sheet that I made for reflection last spring for my freshman writing for multilingual students. And I don't know, I'm also feeling a little tired, so I'm thinking about reading Harry Potter and taking a nap. I don't know, maybe I should try to read for school and see how that goes, and then if I'm too tired, energize myself for a little nap. Once again, bestie Megan made me dinner as I sat on the couch and did work. We've been calling it being Obama because Megan said, I don't know if I've talked about this in a vlog or not, but Megan said that when Obama was president, he couldn't be bothered with like deciding his outfits or deciding what to eat, so someone would decide for him because he had so much other stuff to decide. So since I have this writing deadline on Monday, I'm Obama. And Megan planned the meals for the week, and she cooked for me, and she's just an angel. Look how beautiful. Okay, it is 11 o'clock. I just got out of the shower, finished doing my hair care and skincare routines. I've been trying to like be more intentional about hair care stuff. I've been putting in some air dry styler, and I've been putting oil in the ends because they're really dry because I haven't had a haircut in a long time, but I'm getting one on Monday. And just like actually putting oil in before I wash it, brushing it, trying to just like take more care of it. But anyway, it's a bit later already, so I probably won't set my alarm until like 7:45 or 8, just because I know it's going to take me a little while to like wind down. And I attribute my getting in bed late largely to Culver's having an insane line. Everyone was at Culver's tonight. I don't know if it was like the sunshine and the weather that was making people want to get ice cream tonight, but it just took forever just to get like 2 scoops of ice cream. And I finished making the lesson plan and the assignment sheet for my students. It took a lot more work than I realized that it would. I think I'm just putting a lot of pressure on this. Like, these reflection questions should just be like really smart, and I don't know why. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm going to be using this. I'm not doing IRB for this class or anything. I don't know. It just was one of those days when you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself for no reason. So I am going to try and wake up early-ish tomorrow, and I want to give myself a few different options for what to work on in the morning because I don't know what kind of mood I'm going to be in. There's a vlog that I want to go back to where I want to talk about how they're talking about positionality and see if there's anything unique to the medium of vlogging that helps foster this like embodied writing, embodied rhetoric, just like reflection on like someone's body. And that would be like, I don't know, a little less work because it's like analyzing vlog. But if I feel like getting after it tomorrow, I might continue on with where I left off with writing, which would be summarizing some of the themes that I've been working on. So taking big chunks of rewriting and trying to condense it into a paragraph or two of like intelligible writing. Or the third option would be to summarize the book that I talked all about in my last vlog and that I read today instead of taking that, because the last chapter was like incredible and talking about a defense of vlogging against narcissism. So yeah, those are my 3 options. I will see what I feel like doing in the morning.
Okay, well, have a great day.
You too. It's gonna be a great day, not a good day.
Nope, it's gonna be a great day, not a good day. Everything works out for us.
Lucky girls.
I can feel it. It's gonna be a great day.
Oh my goodness, my hair dried a little wild, but I spent like an hour 15 minutes writing, and surprise, surprise, I didn't do any of those 3 options. I don't know why I always like try and make a plan before I go to bed, or I time block, or I write things on my agenda when like the next day I end up just doing whatever I want. I feel like I only plan to like calm my anxiety. I've definitely talked about this in a vlog before, saying that like I only do that to let me know there is enough time in the day to get everything done. And when it comes to like the order of what I'm gonna do things in, I just end up doing whatever I want the next day and never stick to the plan. I reread segments of an article about defining what embodied rhetoric is, and that's specifically the practice of reflecting on your body and how your body's fleshiness and your body's like cultural situation in the world, gender, race, sexuality, all of the above, identity, whatever you want to call it. I call it cultural bodies, and how that impacts the knowledge that you produce and the way you disseminate that knowledge via writing or vlogging. So I free wrote a couple of paragraphs about why vlogging is a specific medium or vehicle to allow for this kind of, quote, rigorous, unrelenting self-reflection. That's a quote from scholars in the field, not from me. And I'm just thinking a lot about how when I edit my own vlogs, I am forced into this type of reflection from a different perspective. I'm not just reflecting on it in the way I reflect on my life, like when I journal. I'm reflecting on my body, thinking of how it's going to be received by my audience. So you guys, this is so meta right now. And so often we see clips in vlogs where people will put text overlays where we see this reflection happening, where they're like, LOL, my posture was so bad here, haha. Or sometimes where they even will like record on their webcam, or they'll record on their phone and do like a jump cut interruption to say, okay, you guys, I'm sorry that this clip is really boring right here. I'm sorry that I talk a lot. And these are moments that serve as evidence where we see this kind of reflection happening. And this is important because reflection is really important to the writing process, reflecting on your abilities and your development as a writer, hence my final reflection assignment sheet. But also reflection on your body is important for this type of Adrienne Rich-esque politics of location and for embodied rhetoric in general. This is how we challenge the idea of universal truth. This is how we challenge myths of the disembodied view from nowhere, to quote Susan Bordeaux. And this is how we remember that all knowledge is coming from bodies. And when something claims to be universal, it's typically coming from a white, male, straight, heterosexual, blah, 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 body. And that is what I free wrote about today. That felt useful. I need to find specific moments in vlogs where people are doing these kinds of things, or just moments where people are reflecting on their body. Even if it's like, I don't know, like the more stereotypical influencer ways of reflecting on their body, where they're like, I'm so privileged to be able to do this right now. Or especially when that's like placed in a jump cut, because that means that they were like, or like a, where it's like webcam footage, like interrupting the typical flow of the vlog, where we see them saying something about like, oh my God, here's this haul, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll pop in to say, I just want to say I'm so lucky to get all these products. Or we see this a lot in like hauls. I'm thinking like specifically in like what I got for Christmas, where people will clearly have edited the whole vlog. And then they go in and they start the vlog by saying like, this isn't to brag. I just want to say I'm really lucky, and I'm making this video because I just want to show you guys what I got. And maybe this inspires you, blah, 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 blah. And that's a type of reflection that shows that they're thinking about things from the audience's perspective. And that is what's important to writing. Thinking about how things will be received by your reader, inhabiting as best as you can the reader's body, inhabiting how things are going to affect other people's senses. This makes us more empathetic people, empathetic writers. And these are all of my ideas that I was talking about today. And that's like 1/20th of the ideas in my brain for this dissertation. So This vlog is now turning into a Megan appreciation post. She got crumble, cinnamon roll, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo peanut butter. I forget what the other one is. Oh yeah, cookie butter. How could I forget? Cookie butter. Yum. All the cookies were very good. Strawberry cheesecake especially was incredible. And cinnamon roll I've had before, also really good. But I'm gonna go ahead and end off the vlog here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry that this was such a chaotic, almost like manic vlog as you saw me like thinking through my ideas in real time. Wish me luck as I continue writing over this weekend to meet my deadline for Monday. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.